Had to climb on a roof today, shoveling. Ooh, back and butt hurt. Anyhow, ooh. So I was doing some research on finances to try to get my money to work better for me, and then all of a sudden I started stumbling on the stuff that seems so elementary, so stupid, that I couldn't believe I overlooked it. And so I started putting all this stuff together. And the one thing that I wanted to share with you people is assets versus liabilities, okay? Now, it seems very simple. And a lot of you who own houses and stuff and all think you think you pretty much know. And some of you might. Don't get all offended if you do. But here it is. This is what I found. And I found assets and liabilities. Assets, what makes you money or costs you no money to have. Liability costs you money. It's that simple. I'm like, all right, that seems pretty elementary. Then it went on to find out that owning a house is not an asset. It's a liability. And everyone's like, and some of you are out there, oh yeah, no kidding, you dummy. Blah, blah, blah. So go ahead and say your stupid crap, because guess what? I took this and I went around and started polling people. I polled over 45 people, and every single one said it was an asset. Wrong. It is your liability. You will never get your money back. There's only one person in 30 years of being in the building trade that I met, and he was so frugal and so OCD. From the minute he bought this cottage 30 years ago to just 2 years ago when he sold it, I helped him fix it up so he could sell it. He kept every receipt, even the one I gave him, and he got his capital gains done, whatever, but he did the math and figured it all out exactly. He kept receipts for every can of paint. So he was super anal about it, and he had this number and said, okay, we like to get rid of the cottage, but I'm going to throw it out there, and this is the number I want so I can put 20 grand in my pocket and recoup everything I've put into this place. And he got it. He made $20,000 over his initial investment and every freaking nickel he spent on it. Now, how is that? That could almost be considered an asset, but most people buy homes, don't buy them to turn around and keep receipts and all this other stuff. You're never going to make your money back. It's just almost an impossibility. Your house costs you money, and if you don't think so and you own it outright, stop paying your taxes. Let's say you live in most of the states that have to pay home taxes. Stop paying your taxes. You own it outright, right? Tell the state you're not going to give them their money anymore. Tell the town you said fuck you and you're not going to pay them a nickel. Less than 3 years, the cops will be there and they will remove you. You don't own that house. That house is a liability. You own nothing of it. You're renting it from your town. Don't think otherwise. Some states don't have property tax. I know that, and some of you will argue that. But here's the thing. Great, you own that house, but it's still a liability because you still have to pay for all the upkeep. Paint, furnace breaks, AC breaks, something goes wrong, a storm hits and blows out some windows. All these little things that start coming into you, it's just going to start piling up, and you're paying all this stuff, and house insurances. You can't, and if you kept every receipt, you're going to find that there's no way after so many years that you will ever get that money back. That one individual kept all his receipts, and he bought that property for a dime. He got super lucky when he bought it because he bought it super cheap, and he kept every receipt and just threw a price out there. The thing was, his front door to his cottage was 20 feet from a beach here in the state of Maine. That was the selling point, and he bought it when it wasn't a desirable piece of property. Key feature. So he put that big number out there, and he got it because of those reasons. So, think of this, folks. The rich invest most of their money in assets. The poor are geared to buy shit. We're geared to just go buy big TVs and buy this. We live our means, and they program us to live our means, and the big banks and corporations tell us our houses are assets when they're not assets. The only asset the house is to the bank and town because it makes them money. It's not an asset for you. Biggest expense for people from 18 to 25 men is cars. You spend $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 on extra shit that doesn't do anything for the car other than make it look good. You can take that money and put it in a high yield account or some sort of account that turns and regenerates your money, or invest it in something that's going to make you money, invest it in an asset. Then you're generating money off your money. Now that sounds so simple, but when I started asking people, then I started realizing big corporations program you to not want to do anything with your money other than to spend it. The more money you make, the middle class all think they got to have that boat, they got to have that car. They want these luxury items, so they spend it and they get into all these loans. And then all of a sudden they're just dishing this money out and have nothing. Now, it's found that poor people are more frugal with their money because they don't have any. So they're buying their special little needs, and if they get a little extra money, they might save just a hair, but the state and all these other governments says, you can't save that money because then you don't get help, or you don't get this, or you don't get that, or now you got extra money. Let's say you're not on any state or any help or anything. You still have that little bit of money, and there's always something that pops up that you have to spend it on. And now with health insurance, you got to dish out that extra cash, so you no longer have extra money. So poor people are geared to stay poor. Stop spending your stuff on liabilities. Think to yourself, okay, is this computer going to generate me income? Well, is it or isn't it? Do you need that $5,000 computer desktop if you're not working with it? No. Would a tablet, a $150 tablet, do the same thing that you're doing with that great big desktop? Yes, it would. Can you now stream off of your tablet onto your TV? Yes, you can, so you don't need that big screen. You can do everything with your phone. My little phone has a little button that I can push, and it sends whatever I've got on this phone onto my TV so that I can see it better. Think assets versus liabilities. You want to make more money? Stop getting all your debt. If you have extra money and you see that you want a boat, don't go out and get that great big bass boat and have a friggin' $100,000 friggin' mortgage, or lean on your house to pay off this boat or whatever. Save that money. Put it away a little bit. Wait that 1 year so that you can put a big down payment on it, or you can get a used one. And this is for you younger people. Stop spending your money on that car. Yeah, it's great, but find a car that's already fixed up, already has the things you want, and just might need a few little small adjustments. Instead of spending $3,000, all you got to do is spend $800 on a repair. Use your money wisely. Think assets versus liabilities. And then that's the problem with America, is we're all living our means. We're all dishing this cash out because these corporations say we have to have these things. We got to do this, and we got to be more. We got to have all these new god gadgets and just take more. And you're just spending all your money and you have nothing. Nothing. And so for you people out there who are saying, well, that's pretty stupid and it's a dumb video. Well, you go ahead and say that. But out of those people that I asked, all those people, not one of them told me it was a liability. Not one. So, you naysayers can keep it to yourself, because I've already asked a huge amount of people. And it's not because I live in a dumb community. Matter of fact, I live in a community of some of the smartest people I have ever met. And matter of fact, a lot of people in this community are worth millions. How much are you worth?